in New England, but he was also voted by the players to be one of the 3 offensive team captains, filling the void left by Tom Brady's departure. And according to Fox Bet, the Patriots have the second best odds to win the division at plus 140 behind the Bills. Super Bowl champ and Fox Sports college football analyst Reggie Bush is joining us now. Reggie, good morning. Always great to have you. I want to start with you.
How you doing?
Now that we know Cam is the starter, will the Patriots win the AFC East?
Oh, I don't know if they're going to win the AFC East because I think this is going to be one of their toughest years. I think this is going to have to be Belichick's probably best coaching year just based on the fact of all the pieces that he's lost. We could just start on defense. They only got 5 returning starters on defense. You talk about losing Kyle Van Noy, Jamie Collins, Dante Howard, and Patrick Chung. That's a lot of productivity on the defense side of football. That's going to be tough to replace. And then the most obvious, replacing Tom Brady, Gronkowski, and they just released Mohamed Sanu as well. I believe this is probably going to be a run-heavy kind of year for Bill Belichick. I think that's why he's stacking up on running backs. They added Lamar Miller to an already crowded backfield. But here's the other side of it as well. You got Cam Newton, who's coming off of injuries. And so I know this is probably going to be a year where they're going to want to use Cam Newton as a dual-threat option, which they should do that. But at the same time, Cam Newton had shoulder surgeries multiple years, and he also had the Liz Frank surgery as well, I believe in December. So those are things that you got to watch out for. You can't just throw Cam Newton in there on a 1-year deal and say, okay, we're just going to go run heavy, dual threat, week in and week out, because you still got to protect Cam Newton because he is still the captain of the ship as of right now. And you want to protect that investment.
Oh, I'm picking him because I trust Coach Belichick more than I trust anybody else in the division. I like what they're building up in Buffalo, but I don't know if I trust Sean McDermott more than I trust Coach Belichick? No. Do I trust Josh Allen more than I trust Cam Newton? Absolutely not. I believe Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to start the season, but I believe at some point in time Tua will take over that job in Miami. The Jets going to do Jets things. MESS, mess is their moniker. So I don't have no faith in them. But I just believe that Coach Belichick will put Cam Newton, he and Josh McDaniels will put Cam Newton in the best situation in order for him to succeed. And when he succeeds, that means this team will succeed. I will give you this. The #1 scoring defense took a substantial hit with a lot of these guys opting out and a lot of these guys leaving via free agency. But the one thing we know about Coach Belichick, he can coach defense. And it doesn't matter. He'll find guys that, oh, man, that guy, he wasn't any good. And Coach Belichick will coach him up and have him ready to play. So they're going to win this division, and I'm going to win me some cases to do because I predicted they're going to have a better record than them old Buccaneers, and somebody going to be bringing me 5 cases.
Oh, I don't know about that one, Sharp.
Yeah. Reggie Bush, this man across me just admitted why he's still hanging in against all odds with the Patriots winning the East, because a long time ago he bet me those 5 cases that Belichick's team would have a better record than Brady's new team, and Reggie and I both know that ain't going to happen. The Bucs are going to go 12-4.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they are. And this team is going to be lucky to go 8-8. By all accounts, if we just go on last year's record, you remember that this team is going to play the hardest schedule in the NFL. You already know there was this mass exodus on defense, and that was before the opt-outs of Dante Hightower and Patrick Chung, and the opt-outs on offense of Marcus Cannon, who's a pretty good offensive guard, and then they added Marquise Lee to the receiving corps. He opted out, and even Brandon Bolden opted out as a potential receiver, kick returner, special teams player on offense. So, Reggie, to your point, I'm happy for Cam. I expect Cam to have a really good sort of a bounce-back big year trying to replace Tom Brady. But as I told Shannon earlier, I don't know whether to congratulate him or offer condolences because he just inherited what Tom Brady had a hard time overcoming a year ago. Pro Football Focus ranked the receiving corps in New England last year dead last in separation. They just couldn't get open. And Belichick beefed it up by adding, help me out, Shannon, nobody? He added nobody. He lost Mohamed Sanu, who was his big trade deadline acquisition last year, and he was a bust. and he had off-season ankle surgery, and he is gone. So Julian Edelman didn't get younger. He got a year older off shoulder surgery. He's 34 years of age. He was the #1 ball dropper in the NFL. He led the league in drops last year. And N'Keal Harry, I thought was going to be pretty to very good, and I couldn't see it over the last half of the year after he came back from injury last year. So you're backed up by Damiere Byrd and the special teams ace Matthew Slater. That's all you got? Help me out.
Reggie, before you go, Skip, you said, what did they rank? Pro Football Focus ranked the receivers?
Dead last.
Oh, but Pro Football Focus also ranked their quarterback 19th in QBR, 27th in completion percentage, 27th in yards per attempt. So it wasn't like he was Patrick Mahomes. It wasn't like he was Russell Wilson himself. Why you yakking over there, Skip Bayless?
Did he have Rob Gronkowski to throw to? No, he did not. He had nobody to throw to. He had Antonio Brown for like a minute.
Yeah.
And he had Josh Gordon for maybe 3 minutes.
And I'm sure those receivers was up there talking about, man, I sure wish I had Russell Wilson.
Oh, really?
I wish I had my homeboy throwing me the rock because this guy can't get me the ball.
I just hope Cam can throw it to himself because he's going to have to throw it to himself and he's going to have to run it himself.
Okay.
Because that stable of running backs, they were in the Fournette Derby and they missed out on him because everybody's questionable in the list of running backs.
Yeah.
I don't know. Damian Harris is hurt. I don't know. Maybe it's Lamar Miller. I don't know. How are you going to do this? Their offensive line ranked last year 14th in run blocking and 16th in pass blocking. Do you think it's going to be a world beater this year?
Well, I mean, you got to hold up. I mean, you need an army to protect Tom Brady because he can't move. The Statue of Liberty has moved more than 200 years than Tom Brady ever did.
Well, I hope Cam is as durable as the Statue of Liberty is. He's going to have to be made of steel this year because he's going to take a licking.
We got Guerrero. Didn't he stay in Foxborough? Guerrero, didn't he stay up there? Or he went to Tampa?
No, I think he went to Tampa. And by the way, I add on to this long list, you now have a rookie kicker. There's no more Gostkowski.
He in Tennessee.
Good luck.
Oh, wow. Well, Skip, you just said it because this has to be the year that Cam Newton is extremely durable and extremely healthy. You just listed all the reasons why, because their receivers, they've lost so much at the receiving core. And that's why I alluded to Bill Belichick stacking up at the running back position, because I believe he even knows that he has an issue at the receiving core, receiving position. Also, you have to think about, again, Cam Newton has had a number of injuries to his shoulder. How well is he going to be able to throw that football this year if you're banging him up running?